I'm so sorry. I did it again. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Every once in a while, I start on something when I really should just be getting ready to talk to you. And then I get lost and I'm a minute or two late. So acknowledge, acknowledge. I am 2 minutes late this morning. But I see you're still here. Thank you. Can't tell who's here yet. Oh, Ginny's here. Good morning, Ginny. Ah, it's Thursday. I'm calling this get ready for the weekend day. Do I look a little messy this morning? Yeah, I didn't really want to get out of bed this morning. No, I didn't. I didn't want to get up. I just kind of wanted to laze there. Do you ever have mornings like that? Oh, I'm sure everybody does, right? Yeah. So I started out, doing I have my morning routine. And I love to follow my routine. It kind of throws me off when I don't get everything done on my list. So I can just kind of move with the day and go with the flow. So I check out if I have any messages, what the news is. There's just like 5 or 6 little places I look before I actually sit down and do my birthday greetings and share my word art of the day and do it's not really journaling. I don't really love journaling. I know there are people who just swear by it. But when I do my little daily sheet, that's enough for me. That's plenty. I get to say what my day is going to be like and what I'm grateful for. And I mean, there's some really great pieces of that. If you're interested, I have posted it in What Do I Say, What Do I Do? So you can try it. See if you like it. Takes 5 minutes a day and it gets me so grounded and so focused. And there's even a place for your to-do list on here. So it's like to be, to have, and to do all on one sheet of paper. Yeah, all the things that I think are really important in life. In order to be, no, we already are. You just have to do and have, right? Okay, I'm not going there right now. It's just too early in the morning. Good morning, Ginny. Good morning, Stephen. Glorious morning. Glorious morning. I'm sure it's going to be in the 100 and teens again today, but I can deal. So, one of the things that I did find out this morning, because I was looking at Facebook posts and I saw some posts from some Australian friends of mine who still live in Australia, is they're having shutdowns all over Australia again. Guys. If you have people in your life that you care about who have not been vaccinated, please, please, please tell them this is not a plot. No one is trying to get inside their brain. We're trying to save their lives. Apparently, the number of people falling prey to these new strains of COVID are ridiculous. And the percentage of people who have not been vaccinated and are getting sick with the new strains of COVID it's insane. Please. No one is trying to get inside your head. If you haven't been vaccinated, please get vaccinated. It doesn't mean you can't get sick. It means you're probably not going to die from it. It means you're going to be at least a little protected, if not totally. I quack you up. Is that because of my mug this morning? Chicks and ducks and geese, how they holler. Okay. Fritzy. I went to see Fritzy yesterday. Now, admittedly, I did have to wake her up. So first thing I want to tell you is she looked adorable. Second thing I want to tell you is she was missing clothes again. I don't get that. I'll handle it after the weekend. Third thing is she wasn't in a very good mood yesterday. No, she really wasn't. Actually, I ended up staying like maybe a half an hour and then helping her get back at. Oh, no, that's not true. I took her to dinner. They eat really early. I mean, like really early. Like they start like a little after 4, they start eating dinner. And maybe it's so they'll go to bed early. I don't know. Maybe they get up early. I'm not there, so I don't know. She looks healthy. She seems healthy. Um, but she wasn't particularly happy. No, but it's okay. I gave her hugs and kisses, and by the time I left, she was smiley. And I told her I'd see her today, and that seemed to make her happy. So we'll go with that for now. But yeah, she does kind of go in and out. Hey, missing clothes and other things. Said Ginny says that happened to her when her mother-in-law, her mother-in-law. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it seems like now, pretty much every other time I go in, I end up making up a stack of clothes that are not my mother's and putting those by the door and then making a list of what I know is missing. But I've slowly been taking things away and donating them to charity. She doesn't need 87 different outfits anymore. She doesn't want them. She doesn't care about them. It's just a problem to keep them clean. What she needs is what I've been buying for her, which are just like tracksuits, but nice tracksuits so that they're comfortable, she can be warm, and they're easy to get on and off. That's like the main thing. No more zippers and buttons. Just pull it on, push it off. Yeah, like that. Okay, in 1960, 1960 was the year we moved to California. And that was the year. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. No, it was actually, that came later. It was just the beginning. 1960 was when Chubby Checkers introduced the twist. We're going to do the twist, and it goes like this. Do you remember what a bizarre dance that was when it first happened? I liked it because it was one of the first dances where the steps weren't like, I didn't have to like follow directions. There were like 2 or 3 different things, and I could do them in any order I wanted. And I could dance alone, so I didn't have to follow anybody else. I could do this one, and 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 I could go down, and I could go up, and I loved the twist. I was really good at the twist, by the way. And I remember in like 1962, I'm going to say, my boyfriend was Paul Kahn, and Paul Kahn took me to this football dance. They had Pop Warner football where we lived. It was like Little League, but for football. And yeah, Paul and I won the dance contest that year. We were twisting. It's not that I can't dance. It's that I can't follow directions. Leave me alone and I'm great. But try and make me do line dancing. You don't want to take me line dancing. I cannot follow. Okay, I need to stop saying that. I can follow directions. I guess apparently I've chosen not to for most of my life. What can I say? All right, in 1922, the first duck-billed platypus was brought to the New York Bronx Zoo. So when the duck-billed platypus was first discovered, scientists thought it was like a joke, a trick, because here's this like rodent-y kind of thing with a big long bill like a duck. It looked like you'd taken like 4 different animals and put them together and made this mishmash of an animal. So I'd never seen one. And I always thought they were just, like kind of a joke. Right. And when I got to Australia, because it's a native to Australia, I thought, well, if it exists, I'm going to see one here. And I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find one. And then finally, where was I? I was, I'm going to say I was at a zoo. I wasn't in Mildura, but I was somewhere near Mildura, maybe on a trip that I took with friends. Yeah, has to be. It was a long ride. I remember that. And I finally saw my first duck-billed platypus. And it was everything I expected it to be. It was so bizarre. My favorite thing about traveling anywhere, whether it's going for an hour trip or across the world, is the animals. Yeah, it's the nature. It's the flora and the fauna, but mostly the fauna. I want to see wild animals. I want to see living things. That's how I judge trips. How many animals did I see? How many different kinds of animals? In Africa, I kept not like a journal, just like I had a little notebook with me and a pen at all times. And because in those days, I guess that was like 12 years ago on that first trip, I didn't have a phone that I could take notes in, nor did I have a phone with GPS. We had to have this big GPS thing in the car. Anyway, I judge all my trips by how many different kinds of animals I see. Yeah, that's what the fun is for me. Oh, in Costa Rica, India and I had a fabulous time counting the animals. Yeah, and seeing these. The sloth was the most exciting. Yeah. I mean, we didn't see one up really close. It was up in a tree, but we saw quite a few sloths by the time we left. That was really cool. I have a sloth mug too. I'll use it another day. Anyway, duck-billed platypus. That was big on my list. I'm not gonna lie. That was big on my list. It is I Love Horses Day. Do you? A lot of people are pretty afraid of horses. I know. I don't know why I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of big animals. Not, I mean, wasn't the other day I Love Cows Day? I mean, I don't have a thing for cows, but I'm not afraid of cows. Bulls, on the other hand, not too excited about. But horses, I used to have a horse. My horse was Bergie. She was a redhead, matched my Irish setter. Yeah, and an Irish setter, and a red Irish setter, and a red horse. It was fun. And Bergie was like a little cow pony. You know, she was not a big. I'm not big. I didn't want a big horse. Yeah, she was awesome. I loved my horse, and I learned how to take care of her. And I haven't had a horse in 50 years since I had a horse of my own, and probably 10 years since I've gone riding. Maybe not 10 years, but you know what I mean. I don't ride anymore. I don't know. I don't know that I remember anything, but I did, and it was fun. There's a lot of things I've done that I haven't done again or haven't done in 50 years. That's okay. I've got memories. In fact, that was it was number 4 on my gratitude list today. Thanks for the memories. Oh, should I sing it for you? Thanks for the memories. Da-dun, dun, da-da-dun, da-dun, dun, da-da-dun. Who was that? I want to say it was that Bob Hope? Thanks for the memories. Somebody check for me, huh? Who used to sing that on their show? Yeah, Ginny, like me. It's been so many years. Want to see animals? Go to Alaska. Okay, so, all right. I will digress for just a moment. Fritzy's going to be 98 next week. So when she was 94, my brother and his entire family, and my mother and Max and I, my little grandson, we went to Alaska on a cruise. Yeah, I was pretty excited. Truly. We had this huge stateroom. You know how rooms are supposed to be so little on those ships? We had this huge stateroom that my mother and Max and I shared, and it was plenty big for the 3 of us. Here's what the problem was. She got sick on the trip. And I spent almost the entire trip in the infirmary with her while everybody else went to see animals and scenery and glaciers and you name it. And I was with Fritzy in the infirmary. Dag nabbit. So yes, I need to go again. The most animals I ever saw, thank you to my Canadian friends, who I'm missing, by the way. Where are they? Was when I was up past Victoria, and we went all the way up north, past Torino. Yeah. Whoa, that's all I can say. Yeah. I mean, everything from eagles to bears to whales. That was an amazing trip. In Africa, bar none. Costa Rica, amazing. In Israel, I saw camels. Does that count? Seriously, I judge by what I see. I love to see animals wherever I go. Even when I go to Chicago, I like to see the deer, right? Yeah. When I'm walking through the desert, I'm looking for the sneak peek at the iguanas, maybe, and lizards and bunny rabbits and desert rodents. I just like animals. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Speaking of my Canadian friends, it is Respect Canada Day. Canada, oh Canada, the United States neighbor to the north. I always forget that besides the United States and Canada, we actually have people in What Do I Say, What Do I Do that span the globe. We are a global organization. And I hope some of you are at least watching the replay here. If I know the times are bizarre. So we're working on that for our 1,000 people celebration. We haven't come up with a plan yet. What does that say? Your neighborhood has deer, raccoons, possums, and coyotes? Okay, well, a lot of those things are pretty dang awesome. I'm not sure. I did see a coyote walking down the street here in the desert. I've seen coyotes a few times. That does not make me feel comfortable. I'm not that big. I'm afraid they're going to come carry me off, you know. We did have a hawk in our backyard. In Palos Verdes, when I lived there, we had peacocks, skunks, raccoons, possums, mice, snakes, and lots of things there. No, but I mean, like right there, like right outside your door if you really wanted to see them. Although I'm having trouble seeing today, I'm not going to lie. The deer eat your roses. Well, the peacocks used to poop on my patio. I mean, you know, if you're going to enjoy them, you got to expect to have a little misery out of it too. Twitter was launched today. Yeah. Like 15 years ago. 15 years ago, Twitter was launched. And within the first decade, they had over 30 million users. Yeah. Within 10 years, 30 million. Well, what do I say? What do I do is at 1,000, and it's taken us over 5 years. So I don't know. At this rate, we're not going to be Twitter. I can tell you that. We are not going to be Twitter. It's Give Something Away Day. That's in line with what we're going to talk about for the word art of the day. Yeah. Don't keep that in the back of your head. It is Give Something Away Day. We'll get to that. The first Die Hard movie with Bruce Willis. Come on, seriously. Did you used to watch Moonlighting with him and Sybil Shepherd? Oh, I loved that show. I was a never miss show. And I love Die Hard. I love the whole Die Hard series. I thought he was awesome. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him in years. Oh, but I think if I had to choose my favorites with him, Reds. Have you seen Reds or Return of the Reds or Reds 2? Reds, I think it's just called Reds 2. Just do me a favor. I'm not even going to tell you any more about it. REDS, Reds. Bruce Willis. And an all-star cast that will knock your socks off. And it is a comedy, spy, shoot 'em up. There is nothing slapstick about this. Nothing. I'm telling you, you are going to love Reds. Please, if you haven't seen it, go pay for it if you have to. Go see Reds. Anybody else? Anybody else? He got old and stopped doing action movies. Okay, so Reds, Stephen, you of all people, you are going to like Reds. Please, if you haven't seen it, as a personal favor to me, make yourself happy and go see Reds. Love it. Love it. I have no experience of meeting Bruce Willis. I wish I could tell you a Bruce Willis story. The closest I can get is I met Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter, whose name was like, Vengeance or something. I don't know. It was like some weird name. She was a guest at a friend's bat mitzvah that I was at. Yeah. Summer, maybe? I don't know. Whatever it was, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter and I were at the same party. That's the closest I can get. And I got to be honest with you, I was not really all that interested in hanging with a 13-year-old, so I didn't really even go there. Bob Dylan performed for 200,000 people in 1978 in England. 200,000 people. I mean, now, you go on television and there's like millions and millions, but you don't see them. This is before an audience of 200,000 people. I have gotten up and spoken before audiences of like 1,500, and that was awesome. But hundreds of thousands, I can't even imagine, but I would love it. Standing up and speaking before a crowd is like, I believe it may still be, it used to be the number one phobia in the world, is standing up and speaking before a crowd. I don't know how you all feel about that. For me, heaven on a stick. I love being on a stage. I love having a crowd in front of me. In fact, we all have this dream of what's possible and what we want in life. I don't know if I've shared this with you before, so I'm going to share it with you now. I have had a recurring dream for so many years. And where I am, I think is Greece, but I'm not sure. Because it's in an amphitheater carved out of rock and stone, carved out, not built out, carved out of rock and stone, and a huge amphitheater that seats hundreds of thousands. And I'm standing and speaking at the front of this amphitheater, and what I see beyond the people is this turquoise ocean. Yeah. And I'm speaking before thousands and thousands and thousands of people and making a difference. And it's just, that's my dream. That's my vision. This is like a little start, right? I mean, you're here. Okay. Okay. I'm not letting go of that one, by the way. No. And I've never been to Greece. And I am pretty clear that when I get there, I am going to find the exact spot that I've been seeing in my dreams for so long. I'm not talking about for weeks, I'm talking about for years. Who I am is that person who speaks before huge crowds, making a difference in the lives of everyone I can reach. Yeah, I get that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah. I'm starting small and growing big. That's it. Yeah, that's all I want. Oh, Prince Charles and Princess Diana signed their divorce papers today in 1996. Boy, that was a shocker, wasn't it? After all we went through to celebrate their wedding and then divorced. Tom Thumb. He died today. Yeah. He lived for like 50 years. That's about it. I forgot what his real name was, but P.T. Barnum. Oh, his name was Charles Stratton. That's what it was. His name was Charles Stratton. P.T. Barnum discovered him, I guess, for like, until he was a teenager, he only weighed like 25 pounds, and then he grew all the way up to 40 pounds. But he was like this incredibly dynamic person, and he became like almost like he was, I guess, the ringmaster for Barnum and Bailey Circus. Yeah, General Tom Thumb. See, Ginny and Opa, little people can do wonderful things. Right. Yeah. I know I've mentioned to some of you that if you live in California, and apparently if you're under 4'10", you qualify as a little person. So I am your first qualified little person. Thank you very much. But I refuse to apply for a handicap sticker for my car because there's nothing handicapped about me, baby. Okay, what else? AA was founded in Britain, like in 1948, like 70 some years ago. Apparently AA works. I used to go to AA, not because I drank. I didn't, but I had a friend who was an alcoholic, and he asked me for his support. So I used to go with him to his meetings. It was an awesome, awesome thing. Yeah, and then I had a friend who was in Alcoholics Anonymous. I had a friend who was in Gamblers Anonymous. I had a friend who was in Marijuana Anonymous. There's a lot of Shoppers Anonymous. I think there's like an anonymous group for just about everything nowadays. Um, Happy birthday to Rembrandt. My father loved Rembrandt. So we always had at least one Rembrandt, not original. I wish we had originals, but we always had at least one Rembrandt somewhere in the house. He really liked the old Dutch masters. And Ariana Huffington. Now, there's an interesting woman. I remember when I first heard about the Huffington Post, thinking, well, I'm not going to read that. She's like mega right wing. And I'm kind of liberal. So that just didn't fit. And then I did some looking into Ariana Huffington. And what I found out was this lovely Greek lady started out as a liberal, became a right-wing commentator, and then ended up going back to becoming a liberal and starting the Huffington Post. And there you are. Interesting woman. Okay, so this I love this. In 1869, do you get how long ago that is? 1869, there was a patent, I guess, for margarine. Yeah, for a non-butter butter kind of thing for margarine. And then 100 years later, we got the spray of I can't believe it's not butter. We have so much fake stuff in our lives. What happened to the days when people just, like ate from the earth and I don't know. The less ingredients in a dish, probably the healthier it is, depending on what the base is. I don't know. Yeah, so happy birthday to margarine, I guess. Okay, let's talk about the word art, can we? The word art today is very simple. Vibrate higher. What do I mean by that? Is that like super woo-woo to you? And well, it is kind of woo-woo. But think about vibrations. Lower vibrations, when you vibrate lower, the lower the frequency, the heavier it is. But when you vibrate higher, with a higher frequency, everything lightens up emotionally, physically. So I started like a little list of things you could do to vibrate higher and kind of lighten up. I mean, we say that all the time. We've been saying that a lot since the 60s, right? Lighten up. Okay, so it's not woo-woo when somebody tells you to lighten up, is it? No. It's only woo-woo when they say things like I just said to you, which is vibrate at a higher frequency. You are energy. You do vibrate. Don't you just say, I got a bad vibe about that. Ooh, wow, you're setting off some great vibes, right? Okay, so those great vibes are the lighter vibes. Lighten up. Vibrate lighter. How do you do that? Well, you want happiness, joy, lighter vibrations? Here's some ideas. I wrote some down because I don't want to, well, I'm going to forget some anyway. Meditate. Do aromatherapy. If you don't have aromatherapy to do, go outside and smell nature. Yeah, I don't care if it's flowers or horse poopy. Real nature, natural smells. Good stuff. Yeah. Create something. Listen to music. Journal. Just sit and be. Move around. Declutter. You want to lighten up? Declutter. It's amazing how much better you're going to feel when you do that. Have some healthy food, drink some water. Yeah. Maybe some electrolytes. You might want to edit your life a little. What do you want to get rid of? Lighten your load. Take some stuff off your plate. Get rid of some people who are causing you upset. Yeah. Declutter your life. But the number one probably for me, you want to lighten up? Step into the world of gratitude. Am I right about that, Ginny? Step into gratitude. If you want to love what you got, be grateful for it. Yeah. Okay, my friends. I'm off to vibrate higher. Happy Vibration Day. It's Thursday, it's hump day. I'll see you on Friday. But first, a sip and a smile. And I love you. No, you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, Ginny, I'm talking to you. And the rest of you. Bye-bye. Bye.